Okay, in this video we are going to see how Rxjs subject works under the hood. This will not be complete implementation of subject, or this will not be exact implementation of subject, but the principle would be similar. So let's see here. I have created a subject beforehand, so just to make sure that it works. So let's see this one. So we are importing a subject, then creating a new instance of the subject, and we are, let's say this is the first component, we are subscribing here and logging into the console, and after 5 seconds we are unsubscribing to it. And the second component, we are again subscribing to it, passing the callback function that needs to be run, which again logs the value to the console, and we are unsubscribing to it after 10 seconds. And let's say this is the third component where we are calling the next method, passing the value of I, which is incremented each second. So let's try it out in the browser. So let's see here. Okay, from first component, second component, this is being logged, and after 4 seconds the first component subscription is unsubscribed, and after 10 seconds the second component was unsubscribed. So this works like a charm. So how can we implement this? So this is a challenge, right? So let's accept the challenge and create it. So before creating the subject, let's see what this timer sub that is written by the subject is. Let's see here. We have logged into the console, and let's see. It is an object that has next and subscribe method to it. So what a subject returns? Subject returns as an object that has next and subscribe method to it. So let's begin from that clue. Let's try to implement this now. Let's not comment this out, but let's comment this one out. Function subject, what this returns? Returns an object that has what the RETURNS. Is this correct? No, this is not correct. Return an object that has subscribe, and what next? Next method, right? This is again function. Let's see here what the subscribe method takes. It takes a callback function as an argument, right? It takes callback function as an argument. And what the next method takes? Next method takes a value as an argument. So value. So the concept is, whenever a next method is called on this subject, what we do is we store this in backs array. We create this empty array at the beginning, and whenever subscribe method is called, we are passing this callback function right here and here also. So we'll push that to the array. So callbacks.push callback, right? We are pushing it to that array, and why we are pushing that you will know in seconds. So let's see. And another method is next method, right? It accepts a value that is being passed here. And what does next method do? What next method does is, whenever next method is called, all the callback function passed here, this one and this one, should run, and the value passed from here next method should be used in these callback methods, right? So this value is passed here. So what do we do? We execute all those callback functions stored above. So callbacks for each, okay, for a callback we are executing it and passing that. Okay, this is the crucial point here. What we do, whenever next method is called, all those callback that we have stored in our callback method, callback array, are executed, passing the value that is being passed from the next method. So this is what basically a subject is. This is a subject. There we have it. So let's try this out. Okay, callbacks is not defined. Okay, because I know I have forgotten the let keyword here, and it should work. From first component, second component, third component, fourth component, we get an error here because we have not defined unsubscribe method. This unsubscribe method we have not defined here. Because, okay, let's see how unsubscribe works. This is again another trick, or I don't know what this is, but this is very good concept that is used by Rxjs. So we are calling this unsubscribe method to the object that is being passed by subscribe method. Okay, this is pretty confusing. Okay, when we call subscribe method, that returns as an object. Okay, that returns as an object that has unsubscribe method to it. Subscribe returns as an object that has unsubscribe method to it. So let's try to implement this. Whenever we push that callback into the array, let's return an object that has unsubscribe method to it. Unsubscribe, does it take any argument? No, it does not. So what unsubscribe method does is, what is this next method doing? Next method was executing all those callbacks that are in this array. So what we need to do to unsubscribe? You think it? Did you get it? No? Okay. Then what we do is we remove this callback from the array. That's as simple as that. Whenever we remove this callback function from the array, that will not be executed, so we have unsubscribed it. So that is pretty much it. So let's do that. Callbacks equals to dot filter. Let's say this is function is not equal to callback. This is pretty much it, and we have implemented our subject, and this would work like a charm. Does it work? Let's see. Yes, the moment of truth has passed. We have implemented it. So is this the actual implementation of Rxjs? No, it is not. Rxjs uses something different, but this is a clear understanding how Rxjs works. And if we don't have clear understanding of closures here, because this next method has closures with callback and S for callbacks only, and this unsubscribe method has closures with callback and again this callback function passed here. So if you don't understand much about closure, this might be pretty difficult to it, but if you look at it clearly, you can both understand both closures and subject. But if you don't have clear understanding of subject and subject, not subject but closures, and if you want me to make the video about closures, then let me know in the comment section. I'll try that out. And if you have understood it, I think this is pretty much it. And is this all Rxjs have? No. Rxjs subject had a lot of operators to it, like map, filter, debounce, whatever. There are a lot. There are more than 100 operators. So this is not all the Rxjs have. And have you noticed or not, but here I'm calling this function with new keyword. Is it actually necessary? No, it is not, but Rxjs uses this because Rxjs does not return an object. What it does is, I don't know actual implementation, but I reckon this uses the constructor function. If you want to change it to construction function, we can just do this like this, and make this equal to this, make it equal to, okay, and remove this one. And does it work? I don't know. Does it work? Yes, it works. Yes, this is pretty much it what Rxjs does, I think. And it has other better implementation as well, but this will do for our understanding, right, how Rxjs might work under the hood. So this is pretty much it for this video, and I challenge you try to create behavior subject using the same concept. If you cannot, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to implement that as well. So let's say goodbye for the moment.